So just let's pretend you don't want to do anything else with these shirts, you just want to have the fabric. How do you get to this fabric as quick and as easy as possible? Well, first you take a seam ripper and then you have to take all these little No, I am kidding. You won't do this, okay? You will take a scissors. Your time is much more valuable than picking all these tiny seams, okay? You take your scissors. First of all, I want to take away the cuffs. And if I might use them anywhere else, I'd love to leave about a seam allowance here. And I just cut it like about 1/2 inch or 1 inch or something like that. And I just cut off the entire cuff. You can use this on other pieces, other cuff also. Then you will take off the sleeve. So don't just cut through both layers. You want to cut a single layer every time so you can maximize your fabric. And you cut really near the seam to get as much fabric as possible out of this. One sleeve. Then you have to remove this section here. Here also I will leave a bit of a seam allowance around it in case I need this. Because this piece of fabric is really small, it's not really sensible to take this off, and for this bit of piece, just use it as it is. Perhaps we will need this. So, and all that's left is this seam on the underarm here. And if you want to, you can now turn the sleeve and just cut on both sides this time. Here. Just cut it away. And try to cut straight. Here we are. That's what's left from our sleeve. And here we have the second sleeve. Fast forward. So, sleeves here. Then we take what's left from our shirt. Oh, isn't it nice? Then it's time to cut away the buttons. If you want to recycle it, just leave your seam allowance that you can use it anywhere else. Now the collar, just go right around the collar. And then when you're here, you just go down the buttons on the other side. Ta-da! Now you can decide if you want to leave it like that to recycle it, or you just cut it away and use it like this, perhaps, like a collar. Then I take away what's left from the seams, the sleeve seams. Just go around. Because you don't want the seam allowance to be in your way. If there's anything left. Now you can turn it inside out. Ah, that's too bad. I don't like these. So, just take away the side seams. So, here we have the front. Just cut it off under this shoulder part. And if you want, you can take off this hem. And voila! Nice piece of fabric. Don't forget the other side. Take away the hem. The second front is ready. Now to the back. This piece is laying double. It's a double fabric layer, so you can just take those away by cutting it under here. If your fabric scissors are very sharp, you can do it like that. It saves a lot of time. And now if you want to do it a bit faster, you can turn this inside out. Depends on how many fabric you want to save. It's a bit faster if you do it from the inside, but you don't have to. You can do it from the outside too. So, until there is no outside anymore. And this is our last seam here. Nice little piece of fabric. And this is our back side. We just take away the hem. So if you already know what you want to do with it, and you know that you will need a hem, and this is the right piece of fabric, you of course you can leave the hem on. You can leave the hem on. And just use it, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So the only thing that's left are those two darts. And there I have to disappoint you. There we will need the seam ripper. Jake, where are you? Ta-da! Let's see what we can do here. By this time I should have made a video about how to rip a seam properly, and if you want to know how this works, just go there and check it out. If you don't need this piece of fabric, you're always free to just cut the darts out and use the smaller pieces. I always start with a pointy end at the beginning when it's too small or it's still for the ball. But once I have made a bit of a space, you just turn it around and just go with the ball. Balls in first, guys, balls in first. You can just go through it and don't have to be afraid to rip your fabric. So, finished. And that's the best big piece of fabric. All left to do is to give it a good press, pick out the little threads and bits and pieces here, and then you've got lots and lots of good fabric. You may unpick this too if you want to. You can save it, you can do whatever you want with it. I just leave it like this for the moment. And here we are with a nice bunch of fabric to use for whatever you need it.